And I'm back with more Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. Last time, we almost got ourselves in trouble with Dee Vasquez. But now she's the one that's on trial. So we've got to figure out how to get her busted for murder. And we'll see how that works. Court is now in session for the trial of Will Powers. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. Defense is ready. Today will be the final day of the trial. I hope that both the prosecution and defense will be able to provide decisive evidence. Very well, Mr. Edgeworth, your opening statement. In yesterday's session, the defense presented us with a new theory for the case. He claims that the scene of the crime was in fact Studio 2. Today, I will call on people present in Studio 2 trailer that day. From their testimonies, the truth will become clear. Very well. He seems a bit on edge lately. You may call your first witness. The prosecution calls Miss Dee Vasquez to the stand. She is a producer who was present in the Studio 2 trailer that day. Oh, she looks so thrilled to be there. Will the witness state her name and occupation? Dee Vasquez. I am a producer for Global Studios. On the day of the murder, you were in the trailer for Studio 2. As everyone here knows, yes? I dislike needless banter. If you must pontificate, do it when I'm not here. Very well. Please give the court your testimony regarding the day of the murder. I know she did it. Make her pay. She's guilty. I gotta catch her with her pants down, so to speak. She's wearing a dress. Bad turn of phrase. I entered the trailer a little before noon. The meeting began at 12 sharp and ended at 4. There was to be a rehearsal afterwards, so we went to Studio 1. I was fatigued, so I had Sal take me. At 2:30, we had a 15-minute break in the meeting. Sal and I both ate T-bone steaks on the table in front of the trailer. We found Hammer's body later when we all went to Studio 1. That is all. I have a question about one part of your testimony. You were fatigued, so you had Sal take you? The van? There's a van in Studio 2. I had him take me in that. I thought it might be risky to walk with that monkey's paw, monkey's head toppling over. I see. Very well. Cross-examination, please. It's the final battle, Nick. Do it! Alright. So, the 6th statement. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Aha! As I thought! You claim you ate a T-bone steak. But I say you did not! What's this, Mr. Wright? Why does eating a steak matter? Look at this. This plate was on the table in the employee area. As you can see, a large bone has been left behind. Mr. Wright, need I remind you it was a T-bone steak? Exactly my point. Remember, Miss Vasquez and Mr. Manoa ate at a table outside the trailer. Yet there were no bones left on the plate. The plates were bare. Oh! Oh, she's got a face now, Miss Vasquez. How can a person eat a T-bone steak and not leave the bone? I think I know how. You didn't eat any steak, did you? You took your steak and threw it somewhere, like that incinerator. Ooh. Okay. Then what was he doing during her break? Isn't it obvious? She was meeting the Steel Samurai. Steel Samurai. Stammer, 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 stammer. Your Honor, as Miss Vasquez left the trailer to eat her steak, she ran into the Steel Samurai. And then you did it. You killed him with your own hands. Uh-oh. Mr. Wright, isn't this a little presumptuous? What kind of stunt are you trying to pull? Let him claim what he wants. You say I did it? Yes? Fascinating. And here I was worrying that today would be boring as all the rest. Very well. Let us have a battle of wits, you and I. Any day. Good luck, Nick. Let's see. What was the murder weapon again? The samurai spear? Yes? As you can see, I am a woman of petite stature. How could I possibly use that heavy spear? I don't think you could have. Pretty much anyone would have difficulty with it. Of course. You see? That has no bearing on this case. Meaning, the samurai spear was not the murder weapon. What? How'd he know that? What's the meaning of this? The spear was found lying next to the victim's body. I have proof, Your Honor. I can prove that it was not used as the murder weapon. I present my proof, this so-called murder weapon. But this is the murder weapon. Not so fast. Remember that this spear broke during this morning's run-through? But someone fixed the spear, and it was the security lady. She fixed it with duct tape. Now tell me, how is it possible for someone to stab someone with a thick costume like this through the chest? Mr. Wright, what are you driving at? Think about what you're... Silence! I'm the one testifying here, and I will be heard. Jesus! Are you quite sane? Are you even aware of what you're saying? If the samurai spear was not the murder weapon, then pray tell what was. How was Hammer killed? Would I make a claim like that and couldn't tell you what the weapon... Knowing Phoenix, right? Yes. I'm afraid your confidence can be sometimes unfounded. Very well, let's see this murder weapon then. Look at this photo. What is this? Why, that's Jack Hammer's standing on the top of the stairs. Order! If I cannot have order, I will have this trial suspended. Mr. Wright, what is this all about? This photograph is taken from 5 years ago. There was an unfortunate accident at Global Studios. This is a photo of that very accident. Not a word of this was leaked to the outside, and it was a close-kept secret for studios. And this has to do what with the current case? Mr. Edgeworth, you still can't see it? See the fallen man in the photo? The fence post pierced him through the chest! What? You're saying... Yes. What happened 5 years ago? Has happened again. Oh, that gave her a different look. Mr. Wright, continue. It's 2:30 on the day of the murder. Miss Dee Vasquez meets Jack Hammer outside the Studio 2 trailer, and then she did it. She pushed him off under the stairs of the fence, just like Mr. Hammer himself had done 5 years ago. Though whether she did it on purpose or accident, I cannot say. Oh. In other words, the victim, he died in the same way to cause another man to die? Precisely. Ironic, isn't it? Very creative. I could use a man like you in my scriptwriting staff. You deny what I say is true? Mr. Wright, let's say, for the sake of argument, that Mr. Hammer died at the trailer as you say. Yet the body was found at Studio 1, was it not? In that costume, no less. Are you then claiming that I carried the body to Studio 1? And returned to the trailer in the span of 15 minutes? How could I have disposed of it? The break in the meeting at the trailer lasted 15 minutes. Could Jack Hammer have been pushed off the stairs to his death, then carried to Studio 1 and placed inside the costume? There wasn't enough time. Well, Mr. Wright, how could she have dealt with it? What if she had another way to carry the body, other than her own hands? For instance. For that matter, there was no need for her to do it in 15 minutes. There was a way for you to carry the body. Ugh. Interesting. Let's hear it then. Mr. Wright, please show us how she carried the body. Miss Vasquez, you carried the body to Studio 1 and you used the studio van to do it. Recall your testimony. You used the van to carry the body to Studio 1, and then before everyone else got there, you put the body into the magistrate costume. Hold on, Wright. Don't forget it was Sal Manella who drove the van. Are you suggesting that Manella was a conspirator? Of course he was. The body had to be placed into the van and put into the costume. There's no way Miss Vasquez could have done that alone. And don't forget that they had to dispose of the Steel Samurai costume. They had to because it would be covered in Mr. Hammer's blood. They probably burned it in that small incinerator. Well, Miss Vasquez, should I continue? No need. You're smarter than you look. I lose. It was fun. What? So, what happens next? What the what, me? Don't you have anything to say? What would you like me to say? I lost. I just said that. Wait, so you mean it was you? You killed him? Who can say? What is this lady? Are you sure I did? Mr. Wright, we just engaged in a battle of wits. And the result was you proved the possibility that I murdered him. But that's only a possibility. Proof is another thing altogether. You lack decisive proof. What? Man, she got it good. Mr. Edgeworth, your thoughts? Of course, it's as the witness says. Certainly does seem very likely she did it, but there is no proof. Man, Edgeworth isn't sure. I came here as a witness today. If you have no more questions, I will be leaving. Ugh. I'd like you to testify again. Know when to give up. Think about it. Even if I were to testify again, what would be the point? I can only say what I said before. What would happen if I said it again? You'd ask the same questions and get the same answers. A waste of time. Damn! To come this far only to fail. As it seems there are no further questions, I would like to end the cross-examination. What? Yes, Mr. Edgeworth? I was hoping to come up with a question while I was objecting, Your Honor. I didn't. Very well. Your Honor! I request that she testify again. You are the prosecutor, are you not? Why are you badgering me? I'm your witness. Does this make any sense to you? I don't see I have anything to get by repeating the last several minutes. Mr. Edgeworth, I too see little point in making her repeat herself. What exactly did you want her to testify? I want to hear about what happened after they found the body. After they found it? Very well. The witness would testify to the court concerning this matter. Nick? Why did he... Who knows? Probably realized she did it too. But wasn't he the one who said he always gets a guilty verdict? After all that? Weird. I was with Sal and Oldbag, the security lady, when we found the body. The assistant was there too, only Powers was absent. I immediately called the police and then Powers showed up. The security lady, Oldbag, was quite agitated, pointing at Powers, saying, "He did it!" I asked her to be left out of the proceedings. I went back to the trailer to get my script and direction notes. Then I went home. I see no issues raised by this testimony. Your cross-examination, please. We're getting close. She may be acting tough, but if you put her on the spot, she's about to falter. Find that key you need and twist the truth out of her. I like Maya. She's got some derpy moments, but I like her. Which is fair, because she's the main female lead. You kind of want to like these people. 1, 2, 3, 4... Huh? Wait a minute. I thought you came to Studio One for a rehearsal. Why didn't you bring them with you? Well, I was under the impression we wouldn't be able to rehearse anything. Why? There was a murder, after all. Who could think of rehearsing after that? I suppose. What? Your Honor, I have an objection to the witness's last statement. Think. Miss Vasquez says she didn't bring the script because there wouldn't be a rehearsal. Don't you see what this means? She would have had to know about the murder before going to Studio One. Wow! That's it. Mr. Edgeworth! What you just said is a reasonable observation. I find it hard to understand why the prosecution would make such a move. Or are you thinking of a career change to defense? I appreciate your concern, Honor. I will stand by my statement, however, regardless of how the court sees my role here. Now, Miss Vasquez, do you have an explanation? What's he doing helping me? So the prosecution is in cahoots with the defense. What kind of court is this? No matter, I think you misunderstood me. I had a perfectly good reason to believe there'd be no rehearsal. Very well, she will revise the testimony. Well, this is obviously wrong. You knew that Hammer was injured? Don't you think that's a little funny? I mean, if it was the Steel Samurai who was injured, it was Will Powers. Mr. Wright, explain yourself. Mr. Hammer was dragging his leg in the photo, but that's because he was pretending to be Mr. Powers. Pretending? One person was injured in the run-through. That person was Mr. Powers, not Mr. Hammer. Now, why did you think it was Mr. Hammer who was injured? I'd already said that Zella is the one who told me. That's right. He must have gotten it wrong. I think not. Mr. Manoa was at the run-through. He would have known it was Mr. Powers who got injured. He saw it happen. Why would he tell you the wrong person? Miss Vasquez. You didn't hear anything about it from Mr. Manoa. You saw him limping with your very own eyes. But wasn't it Mr. Powers who was injured? Yes, but Mr. Hammer was dragging his leg too. He was pretending to be Mr. Powers. And when was he doing this? Well, it would have been during the point he put the samurai costume on and went to Studio 2, where he was murdered. Exactly. Miss Vasquez, you met him, didn't you? You saw him limping. And Mr. Hammer was in the Steel Samurai suit. And that's why you were confused. That's why you thought it was Mr. Hammer who was injured. Order! I will have order! Can you refute this claim? Unless you sneak your way out of this one. Very well. I have a question for you. Why are real killers always so persistent? Why in the world would I want him dead? He'd fallen on hard times, but he was a star. I had nothing to gain from his death. You would need a motive. Why would she have killed the victim? If there was a reason, it is unclear. Does the defense have anything to say on this matter? Can you prove she had a motive? I have proof and I'll show it to you. I present to court the evidence that she has motive. This is my proof. The photo from before? This photo reveals the motive in the murder. I'm right, aren't I, Miss Vasquez? 5 years ago, Mr. Hammer was at the height of his fame. With her help, a terrible accident was swept under the rug. The case currently up for trial began on that day 5 years ago. Ironically enough, the accident precipitated his fall. It was his fault for stardom. His guilt weighed him down, no doubt. However, you used him. You made him work for you for petty change. Bringing up to the present day, Mr. Hammer's last role of the evil magistrate. Undoubtedly a constant source of shame. One moment, Mr. Wright. We're talking about motives, yet you've only talked about Mr. Hammer. It almost seems as if Mr. Hammer was the one who killed Dee Vasquez and not the other way around. What motive would she have? Right. According to what you say, I would have no reason to kill him. He was a good source of income for me, and I never get rid of useful men. It's a policy. Mr. Wright, please explain her motive. You would think it would be self-defense. Yeah, it was self-defense. She had no motive. It was Mr. Hammer who was out for blood. All she did was push him off the stairs in self-defense. What's this? It's simple. Mr. Hammer was intending to kill Miss Vasquez. Your Honor, Jack Hammer drugged Mr. Powers with sleeping pills. He snuck into the dressing room and stole the costume. He wore the costume and fooled the security lady into thinking he was Powers. Then he made his way to the trailer. And for what purpose? To kill Dee Vasquez, who'd cruelly taken advantage of him. Oh! That probably was an expensive pipe. So you did do it, didn't you? Yes. I am guilty. It was me. Someone call an ambulance! There's blood everywhere! We're too late! Miss Vasquez! What happened? Manuel fell from the trailer stairs. Try to remain calm. How could this... It was an accident. Mr. Hammer was doing an action run and... Don't touch him! Please don't die. Congratulations, Mr. Wright. I lose again. Mr. Edgeworth, where is Dee Vasquez? In the waiting lobby, Your Honor, as calm and collected as ever. I see. Mr. Wright. It appears you brought yet another miracle. Thank you, Your Honor. I think not. Will Powers was innocent. That he should be found so is only natural, not a miracle. You're right. Very well, this court finds the defendant not guilty! This court is adjourned. I don't know what to say. Thank you so much. I'm just glad you're okay. Wait, oh, I'm just glad you're okay. Yeah, but it's sad. I know now he stole my costume. It's bad enough he wanted to kill Vasquez. But to think he tried to free me for it? It makes me sad. Tell me why, Mr. Wright. Tell me. Why do you want to blame me? Well, he wanted to put the blame on you because... It's because you were the Steel Samurai. Because I was the Steel Samurai? He was a big star once, but he was reduced to acting in a kids' show as the villain. The kids loved the Steel Samurai, and so he blamed you. I think I get it. He could have just told me. I would have changed places with him in a second. I think you're missing the point. Thank you. I'm just glad it's over. So am I. Congratulations, WP. Oh, thanks to you, I'll be able to don the outfit once more. I can't wait to get back in that sweaty costume and... Wait a minute. Huh? Is something wrong? No, of course not. Wait! Wait, Nick! Edgeworth! Oh. Say something, right? I'm not good at small talk. Huh? That was too bad. You don't waste any time gloating, do you? I really want to thank you. Vasquez would have gotten away if you hadn't stepped in. Yes, pleased to meet you. I'm Powers. Edgeworth. I'm a big fan of your work. Liar! Right. I must say, I hadn't expected to meet you again after all these years. Meet again? However, In retrospect, it would have been better had we not. Thanks to you, I'm saddled with feelings. Yes, unease and uncertainty. Aren't those kind of necessary? They only serve to get in my way. You listen to me. Don't you ever show your face in front of me again. That's what I came here to tell you. Sheesh. Mr. Wright? Was that guy your friend? Friends? They're rivals, right? For now we are. Why do I get the feeling I'm missing something? Come on, Nick, tell me! What's your deal? And so the curtain closed on another trial. Caused quite a stir by revealing the accident from 5 years ago. It was the talk of the town. Thankfully, Global Studios rethought its programming change, and they went back to making kids shows again. Nick! This is it! The new show started. You're gonna watch it with me, right? I'll admit, I was kind of surprised. The Pink Princess. I didn't think they'd actually go through with it. You gotta buy trading cards today, okay? Gotta trade with Cody and the assistant. Fine, I'll do it. Isn't it great he gets to play the lead again? Wait, he can fit in that outfit? I wonder if the show is real. No! I don't think the world's ready for that. I mean, how do they form-fit it so that big guy gets to wear that small costume? That must be like a Megazord or Gundam-sized thing, because that ain't working. But I will save. And we've gotten through case 1-3. So it is time for case 1-4 next time. Thanks for watching.